Welcome from me, Syd Hoare, to the last 3 days of the 15-day Kyushu Basho, the Grand Sumo Tournament from Fukuoka in Japan. On day 9, during his usual press interview, Sumo Association boss Kitanoumi apologized profusely for the absence of Yokozuna's Takanohana, Musashi Maru and Ozeki's Kaiho and Chio Taika. In fact, he said they had betrayed the expectations of their sumo fans by not participating. There were even some fans who demanded their money back, so strong language indeed. Despite the absence of these top-ranking rikishi, the sumo has been surprisingly lively. Mongolian Syd Hoare is getting very close to his first tournament win, and Takanonoka finally looks as if he's about to fulfill his many fans' expectations. Many Japanese experts criticize the rikishi, saying they are overweight and don't train hard enough, especially the younger ones when they first come into sumo. They say they're not good physical specimens. But I think the reason so many are dropping out with injuries is because the sumo has got a lot tougher. It might be they'll have to make some major changes in format to reduce the injuries, but this, the very conservative Sumo Association, is very loath to do. Well, Asashoryu is in the lead with 11 wins and 1 loss, and there are 8 wrestlers behind with 8 wins and 4 losses, which means that of the remaining 3 bouts, Asashoryu's only got to win 1 to take the tournament. Well, there we see in our first bout, Jumonji, otherwise known as Mon in the sumo world. He fights under his own name, defeating Tamarikido, ex-amateur champion from Meiji University Sumo Club. Well, on to our next bout on day 13. It's Tochinohana against Takanotsuru. Takanotsuru from the Juryo ranks with the number of dropouts. They from the Makuuchi division, they bring them up, top of the Juryo division, they bring them up to fight against the Makuuchi rikishi. Takanotsuru at 171 kilos, distinctly on the large size. He's 26 years old, has been in sumo since 1992. 10 years been fighting, so he's no pushover, despite the fact he's from the Juryo division. So there, Tochinohana wins with yorikiri. Now Kotonowaka, as usual, taking his time. One of the heaviest wrestlers at 175 kilos here, fights Aminishiki, some 50 kilos lighter. That's a considerable weight difference. But Aminishiki in the blue mawashi there is very good at fighting the big ones. There you can see him, there's a foot sweep. Gets that grip very deep round the back. There's a kirikaishi move, knee round the back. There's a leg hook, sorogake. There's a leg lift on the inside there with the overarm grip, sorry, the underarm grip, shitatenage there. So a long string of techniques from Aminishiki against Kotonowaka, and eventually he toppled the much bigger man over with the underarm throw, the shitatenage. Now we have fighting fangs, Toki, that's what his name means, fighting fangs, fighting teeth. He's fighting Akinoshima. Veteran at 35 years old, who in this basho has been facing demotion down to the Juryo division, especially if he gets a low number of wins, but he's doing extremely well. He's got 8 wins so far, so demotion has faded away. He'll stay in the Makuuchi division, and he'll be up the rankings quite a bit, judging by his performance so far. Well, there were some strong throat thrusts, nodowa zeme there from Toki, and Akinoshima leaned into them too much, and when Toki pulled his arms away, Akinoshima toppled to the ground. So he lost there with hikiotoshi. Asanowaka. It's hard to remember the flamboyant ring entering ceremony he used to have. He used to bustle into the ring, chuck the salt down. Crowd used to love it. Then all of a sudden one day he was told not to do it, and he stopped doing it. Now sumo needs these individualists. Seems a shame, but anyway, there Kotoryu gets that deep grip round the back, spins Asanowaka around and pushes him out from behind. So a okuridashi win there for Kotoryu, his 7th win. And it was the 8th loss, and makikoshi for Asanowaka. So Maigasha 15, He's going to be pushed to stay in the Makuuchi division. Now Kyokushuzan, Mongolian, fights Iwakiyama. Newcomer, Iwakiyama, 170 kilos. Big man, he's got a tremendous tachi eye. Could be quite good in the future, who's to say? Well, very beautifully read there. Twice. So Iwakiyama charged out. Kyokushuzan jumped to the side. Didn't quite win off that move. Did much the same thing again against Iwakiyama as he came forward. So Kyokushuzan not looking much fussed in that bout. So that was his 6th win, 5th loss for Iwakiyama. Now Kaiho, little Kaiho, 122. This is his 400th Makuuchi bout. Now he's fighting Gojoro. He's fought 3 times before, only won once. Gojoro almost sidestepped there in his Tsupari and Harite slaps and thrust attacks to the upper body. Neither wrestler looking for the belt. Finally, he gets it. Takes him right to the edge. Foot looks to me as if it almost went out, but then Gojoro spins around and dumps Kaiho. Well, we have a objection. Well, difficult to say who went down there first. So it's that's the one-time great Chiyonafuji, who's now a judge, known as the Kokonoe Oyakata, saying that the referee got it right in the first place. The referee, in fact, called it initially for Kaiho, despite the objection from one of the judges. So another win, 7 wins for Kaiho, 9th loss for Gojoro. Buyuzan, who says it's most important to keep moving forward in sumo, even more important than doing good sumo. So he keeps going forward the whole time, as you can see, drives the other man back, if he can, of course. Well, Buyuzan's 165 kilos, heavier than the normal Rikishi. Tamanoshima's 153. Buyuzan powering in, trains against some really heavyweight wrestlers in his stable, the Musashigawa stable, including Musashi Maru. Well, finally, he ran out of steam a bit there. Tamanoshima won that one. It's the 4th time Tamanoshima's beaten Buyuzan, who's never managed to beat Tamanoshima in the past. And Buyuzan there looking slightly perplexed among the audience. Well, this is a good view of the Fukuoka Kokusai Center, the international center. You see how the audience come right up to the ring. Gives a very cozy feeling, very typically sumo. None of this huge separation from the athletes and the spectators that we see in so many sports. So Wakanoyama leads with the head, misses slightly. Tamakasuga tries a pull down, but Wakanoyama recovers, shoves him in the chest, dumps him down and out with oshitaoshi win. So that was the 12th loss for Tamakasuga, who's had an atrocious basho. In interview, he says there's no particular reasons why he's losing, he just is losing. Just his sumo's not clicking. Now, Elegant Mountain, Miyabiyama fights Tokitsuumi, both amateur champions. Miyabiyama was fought in the major university sumo club. Dropped out in his 3rd year, should have gone on for his 4th year, but dropped out. Left his sumo club in the lurch a bit when he did so, for which he was much criticised. But anyway, Miyabiyama there, dumped very neatly by the overarm grip of Tokitsuumi. So that gives Tokitsuumi 8 wins, and Kachikoshi, the magic Kachikoshi. 15 fights they have. If they get 8 wins or more, then that's Kachikoshi. So 8 wins there for Tokitsuumi. There you see Kanosato pushing at the teppo, the pole, in the Shitakubeya, the preparation rooms, which are just below this main arena here. Next out, Tochinonada, giant killer against Tosanoumi. These two have fought 16 times. Tosanoumi's won 10 of those. Tosanoumi crosses the gap a little bit faster, leads with his head, But Tochinonada coming in hard with the pulls and the pushes. But there he gets sidestepped. Very quick pull down by Tosanoumi. A hikiotoshi thrust drop technique. On his upper body, pulls Tochinonada down to bite the dust. So that was 6th win for Tosanoumi. Well, 2 men coming out now who in the past were both reached sumo's 2nd highest rank, that of Ozeki. Takanonami was Ozeki for something like 37 basho. That's a long time. Dejima, not so long. Well, Dejima comes out, goes for the morozashi. That's 2 arms round the body. And Takanonami tries to salvage it with a kotenagi, one of his favorite forearm throws, but gets pushed out from behind by Dejima. Dejima's 9th win. Well, he sat out the last basho due to a thigh injury. So he's back, and with 9 wins, he's doing very well. Now Takami Sakari. Now he's got a bad knee. We heard he hurt his knee on day 11. In fact, he's had a bad knee for a long time. And here fighting Takanowaka, who is on form. This basho, he's got 8 wins already, which is as much as he had last time, but he's got a few more fights to go. And there he bellies Takami Sakari out. There, the Gaburi move. Just cracked his stomach in and kept moving Takami Sakari out and backwards. So that was 8 losses for Robocop. Well, that's the Naruto stable boss there, the Oyakata, watching Takanowaka from one of the judges' seats. And you see the Tokoyama, that's the hairdressers, tending to the wrestlers' special hairdos they have. Chonmagi, Ichio-magi, different styles depending upon rank. Now, Kotoriki here, 147 kilos fights. Kyokutenho, 148 kilos, so very similar in weight. Kyokutenho, taller of the 2, very good at using his weight. And some determined thrusts there to Hokutoriki's chest. Got him rocking backwards and tipped him over the edge. Yorikiri win there. In fact, it looked more like an oshidashi win. And that was the 8th loss for Hokutoriki and Makikoshi. Well, the wrestlers come in down the Hanamichi, the flower path, flanked by the Tsukebito, the attendants. Zaso Shoryu looking very purposeful. Well, he's 137 kilos, not very big. There have been wrestlers in the past, great yokozuna such as Chiyonafuji, who are not so big. So size isn't everything in sumo. Now Shimotori, Frostbird, it's the meaning of his name, fights Kotomitsuki. These two have only fought once before, and Shimotori won that one. Well, Kotomitsuki read that one beautifully. Shimotori came out like a rocket, which is exactly what Kotomitsuki anticipated, and he just moved slightly to the side, followed up with a push out. So that was a 6th win for Kotomitsuki. Previous basho he had 12 wins, so his form's dropped quite a bit. Very much an up and down wrestler, but has had a lot of injuries, including a broken jaw 3 bashos ago. Now Tochi Azuma, who came into this basho knowing that he'd be demoted down from sumo's 2nd highest rank, Ozeki, if he got less than 8 wins. He's already got 8 wins, so he's okay. He's going to stay as Ozeki, but there Musayama disposed of him very neatly. Just pulled him down in the opening second of the match. So Tochi Azuma with 8 wins and 5 losses now, and Musayama moving slightly ahead with 9 wins and 4 losses. So this is the match that all have been waiting for. Asashoryu needs only 1 win in either this match or the next 2 matches. It's 3 days to go, and if he gets it, that will be his first victory, tournament victory, total victory. Now he's fought Wakano Sato 9 times, He's beaten Wakanosato 4 times, but Wakanosato's won their last 2 encounters. But Wakanosato is distinctly off his form this basho. He's only got 6 wins so far. His sumo's not clicking. He's lost his ring sense a little bit. And Asashori was on a ride. So it's interesting to see how he'll do it. Will he come out going for the face and upper body? We know he's got some very stinging, hard slap attacks to the face, throat thrusts, etc. Can really pile it on when he wants to. So there, he doesn't go for the slaps, he goes straight for the belt. But Wakanosato is somewhat stronger than him in this position. But he's got one of his grips on, he's got his left arm on the belt, just on the other side. Tries the overarm grip there, tries the kime hold, gets pushed back to the edge. Well, it's Wakanosato's closing him off a bit. But there's a leg hook. We've seen him beat some big men with that before, and that's it. He's got the victory. That's his 12th win. And now he's guaranteed the Yusho, the tournament victory, the Emperor's Cup, and 10 million yen. So first time for a Mongolian wrestler to win the tournament. Fantastic achievement. 12 wins with only 1 loss. And the tournament's in the bag with still another 2 days to go. Well, there you see the crowd, very appreciative. Chucking their cushions, the zabuton in the air. And this young man is only 22 years old. He's got to this position here, winning the tournament in only 24 tournaments from start, which is 6 a year, is 4 years of sumo from the beginning to winning a tournament. Well, let's see this one again. Tries to turn Wakanosato over there, but fairly relaxed. He's got his left arm on, then switches arms, goes for the other arm, then locks in again. You can see him reaching for the belt. All the time he's testing the weight. Wakanosato tries a lift there, but then that gives a chance for Asashori to hook his leg round the back, Sorogake, and tumbles him to the ground. Stay with us, we'll be back very shortly.